Good morning, almost afternoon. It is Friday, December 18th. I don't even know what day it is. It's just been like a whirlwind of December so far. I know it's been a while since I came on for a update of the Perrott family and how we're all doing. As you can see, I'm still in my little my little cat furry onesie. This thing is so adorable. I totally love it. I picked it up in the girls section, the young girls section. I just got the biggest one I could find. It's even got little pockets. I've never seen a onesie with pockets. It's totally awesome. It's there's no feeties on it. It just goes to your ankle and it's so comfy and warm. And it actually unzips low enough that I can breastfeed in it. So this thing is awesome. Love it. Not a lot has happened since the last time we checked in. I think it had just been a month since Phoebe was born. She's now 2 months old. But we had a really nice Thanksgiving with family. It was very low-key. We all got together for breakfast and we Zoomed with my dad and Darlene. So they got to be included in our little festivities this year. We always get together for breakfast because, all three of us, my two sisters and I, all three of us are married. And so our families are much bigger than just what we started out with Mom. So Francie and Jediah and the girls have other family that they hook up with too. So we decided that breakfast was the best time for us to get together so that people could still wander off and have dinner with other people, but we still all get together on Thanksgiving. So it was actually really nice. It was very chill, Francie, Jediah, and the girls came over, and Jesse and Chris and Mom. And then we Zoomed with Dad and Darlene, so we all hooked up for Thanksgiving. Which was really nice. After that, it was a little bit of a rough start to get back into school after being off for a week. A little more than a week, actually. I remember school was very minimal leading up to the week of Thanksgiving break. So I want to say that they had a week and a half off, 10 or 11 days off or something. Anywho, it was a bit of a struggle getting back into the school routine, our weekly rhythm. But, aside from just the workload and everything, school's going really well. We're still kind of having to deal with adjustments between the new hybrid method that they're working in, where they have some students on site for a few hours of the day and then the distance learners. My biggest frustration is that I make a point to get online at the beginning of the morning with the kids and go over their schoolwork and what assignments they have for the day. And we write it down in my school planner so that they can both review it and reference it to see if they've finished their school for the day. And what keeps on happening, and this is so frustrating, what keeps on happening is that the teachers, I'm just going to say all encompassing because I don't want to just be this one or this one, because it's been on both sides, honestly. And I do really, really appreciate all the work that they're doing. They're having to do almost double work because they're teaching students in the morning and in the afternoon, and they're having to deal with multiple groups. They're working their butts off, and I'm sure that they are just as frustrated by things not going perfectly smoothly as I am. And things don't have to go perfectly smoothly, but it's always nice to know what to expect. And then when it changes, it's a little frustrating. But so what's been happening is we go on in the morning, look at all the assignments, write everything down, get everything finished for the day, and then I send them off. Only to find out when I go back to turn in the schoolwork that there's been more work added. And then I have to go and find children that I've already given the go-ahead to go and play. I have to go and grab them and be like, Sorry, some more work showed up on your list of assignments for the day, and I need you to come back and finish them so I can take pictures and turn them in. That's frustrating. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's happening often enough that I'm fed up with it. Yeah, so I'm just kind of fed up with trying to stay on top of it and thinking that I'm on top of it, only to find out that things have changed like a couple hours later in the day. But like I said, it's probably really frustrating to the teachers as well to be like, oh, and now I have to put this up here. Oh, and this has changed, so now everyone just has to deal with it. I'm not mad. It's just, like I said, it's just a frustrating situation. That's all. Let's see. After Thanksgiving, school started back up. Things are going pretty mellow. Samantha has her own room now, which also means that Jonas has his own room, which is one of the biggest changes in our family in a long time. It was really nice having the office to like go and sit on the computer, the family computer. It's Steven's computer, but we're all able to use it. It was nice being able to go into the office and just chill and like do work, like anything that I need to do on the computer where I can like shut a door and be by myself. That is now no longer available because the office/classroom is now Samantha's room. So we've just, it actually only took us one day. We told Sam and Jonas what was going to happen and that we wanted to start the process of moving Samantha over, which means that we needed to clean out all of the closets in the house. The closet in their bedroom, the closet in our bedroom, the closet in the office, the closet in the hallway, so that we would have places to relocate and store all of the things that were living in the office. So we started off cleaning out all of our closets to make room, and then it just kind of snowballed into, well, all these closets are clean and the office is clean and we just have to move these few things. Why not just move Sam in here now? So she doesn't have an official bed frame. Her bed is actually in the frame that goes, it's like the extra pull-out bed that's under the bunk beds. It looks like a drawer space, but it actually holds an entire mattress. So we pulled that out from under the bunk beds. It was like underneath Samantha's bunk. And we put her mattress in there and pushed it up against the wall. So she's not on a mattress on the floor, she's in a frame. But I would like to get her like a real bed frame that is up off the floor. And all of her little boxes that were in their shared dresser, it's one of those just like cubbies. It has a bunch of cubbies. And we just folded and put their clothes in little boxes to slide into the cubbies. All of her little cubby boxes are on the floor in her bedroom until we can get her her own dresser. And her school desk is still the extra leaves from her dining room table, just like put together with like a nice tablecloth over the top of them, and it's resting up off the floor, so she's got like a little under desk cubby space. I still want to get her a real desk, and that will happen. But she has her own room. She has privacy. She has a place where she can go and shut the door, and like no one needs to be in there, or no one is allowed in there without her permission. So I think that's very important for her to have right now, because she's just been like finding quiet places or like hiding under blankets in the corner of the living room to like have some semblance of privacy. So now she has her own room, and Jonas has his own room. We removed the front slat that was the bed frame for Samantha's mattress when she was sleeping under there, and we took the slats out and put them on the frame that her bed is now on to give her extra support, because it only had like 4 slats across the bottom for a mattress to rest on. So we took the slats from her base frame and put them on that base, so she's got some good support under her mattress. And then we turned that whole area underneath Jonas's top bunk into a school area for him. It's actually really cool. We measured and put up a shelf that used to be on the wall in our last apartment, it's been just like hanging out in a closet because we had nowhere to put it. So we actually mounted that along the frame where Sam's head used to be. And we put a chair in there, and we put all of his school stuff in there, and we took the LED lights that we had attached to both of their frames, and we just put it up under his mattress. So he's got like this little lit up, like cozy den, like almost a fort under his bed where he does his schoolwork now. And he really loves it. I'm so happy that they both have their own rooms and their own school areas, and that they can both have privacy and do what they want in their own space without having to be like, is it okay if I do this? Can you please, quiet down so I can do what I'm doing? So that's really the biggest change that's happened around here recently. Aside from Phoebe growing, she's almost 10 pounds. She's sleeping right now. I just put her down for nap. She's almost 10 pounds. It's mind-blowing how fast she's growing. We're actually putting her in the 3 to 6 month clothes because that's how big she is now. She's practically outgrown the 3-month onesies, and she's only 2 months old. So that's exciting. Looking back, Jonas and Sam were always just like skirting the very bottom of the growth chart, and Phoebe has just like exploded into like the normal range, so that's been really, really nice. I hear them wandering around out there. Yeah, we're just getting ready for Christmas. We are celebrating Yule this year, so I've assembled activities for the 12 days of Yule, and I've assembled some little gifts. They're all the same thing. Eventually I want the gifts to be like different things that maybe build upon each other, but this year all the gifts are going to be the same thing. I just got a bunch of really awesome chocolates from the bulk bin at Winco, all these different little chocolates, and they're all like, the foil is all dressed up for Christmas time, so it's like super adorable. But I'm just going to wrap up little things for them to open each day for the 12 days of Yule this year, which is something I've been trying to do for a few years now, but haven't managed to make it happen. So we're doing it this year. Yeah, not a whole lot of decorating. I would like to decorate more. It's been kind of crazy, and with us like super quarantining, not super quarantining, but like we're going back to the way we were quarantining when this first occurred, and like no one's leaving the house, and Stephen is the only one who goes out and runs errands, except for doctor's appointments and whatnot. But Sam's not playing with her little friends in the complex until after Christmas, because we have decided to take, just like we did with Thanksgiving, we've decided to take the 2 weeks before the holiday to quarantine ourselves off from like outside people and just stay in our own little pod and give ourselves those 2 weeks to see if any symptoms crop up before we all get together for the holiday. So that's kind of where we are. They just had their last day of school before winter break today. We've been baking up goodies and entertaining ourselves. We've dropped off a couple gifts. We did a Secret Santa recently, which was really, really fun. Jonas was so worried because I had to like hoist him over this fence to get to the front door so he could deliver his gift. And he just like kept on freaking out, saying that he felt like a burglar. Or on the way home he was like, actually it's like an opposite burglar because we were leaving stuff instead of taking stuff. But that was really fun. So yeah, just kind of wrapping my head around this holiday and what it really means to me and how I would truly like to celebrate it. Because every year the holidays there's just a flurry of holidays. I feel like after the fall equinox, after autumn equinox happens in the middle of September, we just like snowball into a slew of holidays, and I don't really get a chance to like sit and reflect or really truly get to have that moment of just like quiet gratitude for the time of year that we're in or for what we're celebrating. So this year definitely feels different because I feel like I am getting that quiet time to truly reflect upon the season and the holiday and what it means to me and how I would like to celebrate it and who's the most important to spend my time with, my limited time, because we're only allowing ourselves so many people and so much time that it's actually really like changed my focus as to how I give people my time and how I pay attention to different things. So it's been really nice to just kind of take this year of holidays slower and more thoughtfully, just being more mindful and more present in the way that I am showing up and spending my time. So that's something that I've really appreciated this year, and I actually want to take it into the following years with me, even after the scariness of this whole pandemic has quieted down. Because that's really important. Just knowing what's important to me is important. Knowing how I want to spend my time is important. And then being able to give people my time and attention the way that I would like to is very important. And I feel like all of the gifts that I've been giving this year have been a lot more thoughtful, and there's been a lot more loving intention put into them, and just how they're prepared and how they're presented, instead of feeling like I have to meet this giant gift giving quota. The gifts have been a lot more thoughtful and personal, which has been really nice. I feel like I've been able to put a lot more of myself into them this year. I see little hands flailing about in the bed. So yeah, it's been kind of hard to force myself to sit in front of the camera because I've been coming up with all these excuses. Well, I have to clean, I have to put the baby down, I have to do this, I have to do that. But this is also very important to me too. I do want to keep a log of our family and how we're progressing and what's important to us and what's happening at the moment. So, at the moment, I am on the floor with my beautiful camera in front of my altar space, which actually was in the office. This was my nice little setup for myself where I get to work on myself, really. I really enjoy pulling cards and reading them and just figuring out what the message means to me personally. And I like researching the meanings. I like keeping track of them in my journal and maybe reflecting on it later to see if the meaning has changed now that I get a chance to reflect upon it, instead of the initial meaning that I got when I pulled the cards. So yes, this is my lovely little altar space where I pull my cards and pull my runes and read my books and write my notes. And so it is now in my bedroom. I'm still trying to find a good rhythm of dealing with my sacred space in my bedroom, which, not that my bedroom isn't a sacred space, but my bedroom's kind of cluttered because this feels like the junk room where everything just gets dumped when we don't know what to do with it, but we're trying to keep it out of other areas of the house. So yeah, just working on myself, working on my space, working on transitioning a baby from swaddling. Oh, she's waking up. She's been slowly sneaking out of her swaddle consistently. I think I'm gonna go rest with her and try and put her back down. But yeah, that's it for this week. This week's check-in. We're all doing well. We're all in deep quarantine, and I've got a baby to go and settle down. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and find what makes you happy, because that is the key. We are here to enjoy ourselves. That is what I have decided. I am here on this earth to enjoy myself. So that's what I should be doing, is enjoying my time here. Right? So until next week, love you. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Stay safe. Stay sane as much as you can. And bye.